India, endowed with vast natural resources, has good geological prospects like any other resource-rich country in the world. India produces as many as 88 minerals, which include 4 fuel, 10 metallic, 16 non-metallic, 3 atomic, and 55 minor minerals. In the earlier days, when 3 powerful associations, namely Indian Mining Association, Indian Mining Federation, and Dhanbad Colliery Owners Association were not giving adequate attention to the non-coal mining companies, the Federation of Indian Mineral Industries or FIMI was born on the 3rd of October 1966. With a mission to serve mineral industries to achieve their full potential, FIMI has reached the 50th year of its successful journey. Today, with 400 plus members, it represents the entire mining sector in the country, public, private and joint venture companies.
As we all know, FIMI was set up in 1966 and is an apex national body representing entire mining industry in this country. Its interaction with various agencies at different levels and times has helped the industry to maintain sustainable growth over the past several years.
FIMI has been instrumental in the development of mining policy and legislations in the country. When the first National Mineral Policy in 1993 did not have the desired effect, on FIMI's persuasion, the Government of India constituted the B.B. Tandon Committee in 1997, in which FIMI was an integral part. As per the recommendations of the B.B. Tandon Committee, MMDR Act 1957 was amended in December 1999, and in February 2000, 100% FDI was allowed in mining and metallurgy.
FIMI have been taking up the issues of mining industry with all the state governments and central governments, and all the amendments that has come in last 50 years. FIMI has a very important role to play, be it MMDR Act, Mineral Concession Rule, Environment Protection Act or Forest Conservation Act.
As the amendments to MMDR Act 1957 did not yield the desired effect, the HODA Committee was constituted in 2005 and FIMI was also a part of it. Most of its recommendations were accepted by the Government of India and the National Mineral Policy was modified in 2008.
Most of the recommendations of HODA Committee were accepted. A new National Mineral Policy was formulated in March 2008, but after that, the first serious effort was made to change the Mining Act in that line by then Secretary Mr. S. Vijay Kumar.
That was a period when the HODA Committee recommendations had come out. The National Mineral Policy 2008 had been just announced, and I was very lucky that I was in that ministry at that particular moment in time. And I must say, to FIMI's credit, that throughout that entire period, FIMI fairly represented the industry. The industry was very diverse, consisting of very small units, large units, units with captive mines and steel plants, units which did beneficiation, sponge iron. But FIMI spoke for all of them.
FIMI has a storehouse of knowledge and information in its enriched library. Team FIMI believes in well-researched documentation to achieve the desired result, and it has been of immense benefit to all the stakeholders.
I feel that FIMI represents the mining sector in a sense of, in a sense of totality, quite comprehensively, and I would go to the extent of saying that it is almost an epitome of what a representative industry body should be.
FIMI's contribution during last 50 years spreads to all branches of the mining industry in taking up various issues with appropriate authorities. This is being acknowledged by various stakeholders and persons of eminence.
I would like to congratulate the Federation of Indian Mining Industries, FIMI, for its Golden Jubilee year. It's been 50 glorious years for FIMI. It is now the preeminent voice of the mining industry in India, which includes public sector companies both at the center and the state. It includes joint venture companies, it includes associations, it includes large miners, small miners. In short, it represents the entire industry.
FIMI's achievements have helped the mining sector immensely.
FIMI is a child of the mining industry, and in the Indian tradition, this child has looked after its parents in an exemplary and unparalleled manner.
The central government were persuaded to amend the Mineral Concession Rules 1960, providing for deemed extension of mining leases till the state governments take a decision on them, so that the production does not suffer and workers are not rendered unemployed.
FIMI has always been an apex body where the industrialists have given their proposals and has been put forward to the government for necessary changes, amendments in the Act.
FIMI persuaded the Government of India to decanalize and allow private iron ore mining companies to explore foreign markets. The private companies succeeded and exports peaked at 117.37 million tons in 2009-2010. This led to all-round benefits for the miners, people and the government.
Iron ore was scandalized in 1965 through MMTC, and iron ore mine owners were not happy with the rates and the quantity restrictions by MMTC. We approached through FIMI to the government, and after 3 years of continuous efforts, the Government of India agreed to allow us to give export license. This shows the strength of FIMI in getting the work done.
In 2009, FIMI established the Sustainable Mining Initiative (SMI) to promote sustainable mining practices in the country, with focus on responsible mining, sustainable business practices, promoting best practices, changing public perception, continual improvement, understanding stakeholders' view, and networking. Several member companies of FIMI are spearheading the cause of sustainable mining in India. They have positively impacted the lives and livelihood of local people.
The mines, when they are developed, they require a good infrastructure to be built, which they themselves do. They provide a large number of employment. Even with the modern mechanized mines, we have a large service group because they required for servicing of the equipment, servicing the township. The mines also provide the best possible social setup in the area.
FIMI had been advocating for sustainable development of mining areas so that not only the people connected with mining are benefited, but the people residing in and around the mining areas are also benefited.
FIMI also initiated setting up of the Skill Council for Mining Sector with the support of the Ministry of Mines and NSDC in 2013.
A large number of school dropouts and others have been trained in various trades, mainly in HEMM operations, then as the mine safety operators, then as mine mazdoors also. They also need some training, though it is the lowest skill level, but still a trained mazdoor is more efficient than an untrained one. So this way we are done for about 30,000 candidates.
To facilitate trade and business growth, FIMI has been organizing Mining Mazma since 2009, and it is yielding positive results.
A lot of people from the mining industry abroad who, along with FIMI, actually helped the ministry understand the international perspective of mining. And so India actually, as a result of all that, emerged from a very closed, cocooned, introverted kind of ministry into one with a global outlook.
FIMI has been intimately associated with the Government of India as well as state governments and is consulted on all policies and issues concerning mining. FIMI has been part of all the committees and study groups set up from time to time. FIMI is also represented in the international organizations like International Council on Mining and Metals, International Labour Organization, United Nations Economic and Social Council for Europe, and World Bank, to make its point. The new government, which took office in May 2014, has adopted the method of auction or bidding for granting mineral concession, and FIMI is working in close coordination with the ministry in the interest of all.
देश के सरकार के एक मंत्री के रूप में लगभग 18 महीने से मैं फिमी के संपर्क में हूँ। खनिज का क्षेत्र आगे बढ़े, खनिज के क्षेत्र में अच्छे प्रकार से खनन हो सके, पारदर्शिता आवे, अवैध खनन रोका जा सके, इस दृष्टि से भी खनिज का सलाह मशवरा सरकारों के लिए, राज्य सरकारों के लिए अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण होता है।
It would not be out of place to say that but for FIMI, the face of Indian mining would have been different, and that is why congratulations and best wishes from several quarters pour in for FIMI for completing its 50 years of journey in 2016.
FIMI ने 50 वर्ष पूरे किए। इस निमित्त में पूरे FIMI परिवार को, सभी मेंबर्स को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं और ईश्वर से यह कामना करता हूं कि आने वाले समय में भी FIMI खनन के क्षेत्र को बढ़ावा देने की दृष्टि से और देश के GDP को बढ़ाने में योगदान करने की दृष्टि से जो काम करेगा उसमें उसे सफलता मिलेगी।
I give them the best wishes and I hope that this organization will grow. It will contribute more to policy formulation.
In order to convey my personal compliments to FIMI on their Golden Jubilee celebrations, I made it a point to come to the office of FIMI so as to acknowledge, reiterate and emphasize the significant contribution which has been made by FIMI in the mining sector under the able guidance and leadership of Mr. R.K. Sharma and his dedicated band of officers.
The interesting thing about FIMI is that once you get, become part of that family, they don't let you alone. As a well-wisher of the sector and someone who has been closely connected with it, I would wish not only the sector happy landings in future, but I wish FIMI all the very best.
My association with FIMI for the past 32 years has been a journey of learning. Here, I would like to place special appreciation of Sri R.K. Sharma, our Secretary General, whose contribution towards the development of FIMI has been the single factor for its growth and standing in the national and international level.
While mining in India accounts for 1.8% of the GDP with a contribution of Rs 2,22,652 crores at current prices, the country has remained largely unexplored.
This industry is capable of contributing much more. It can actually contribute 5 to 7% of India's GDP, provided a number of things take place in the mining sector, and FIMI is at the forefront of marshalling the opinion, the ideas and the views of the mining sector in India and representing them in a very impactful way to the government.
Once India opens up for exploration, even precious metal like gold, nickel and diamond need not be imported. In the times to come, India for sure will change for the better to become the premier destination in mining, and in the process, FIMI's relentless efforts will bring happiness for all.